Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and mothers, Gray Millstone and Rule Well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Noise in the gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit from the brother GMS dedication. I believe this is the brother out of Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. But it says the American struggle is real. People are struggling to pay bills. People are struggling to keep gainful employment. Food insecurities at an all-time high. And people are just on the verge of losing their minds, man, because you got to understand one thing about the American people, these Babylonians, is the fact that they're used to being entitled. Okay, so when things are not as ripe as they once were, as the scriptures go into how the haughty people of the earth languish, you have to understand that these people, they're going to lose their mind, man, all right? Because the American people are very much entitled to their dainties, man, because, you know, essentially they've been told that, you know, you work hard, go to school, go to college, find a good 9 to 5, and you will be happily ever after. But people are realizing that that's clearly not the case here, and that this system is really a setup for failure. You have these technocrats and these oligarchs that own these major corporations that's pricing everybody out, man. Like, I was looking up some batteries for a vehicle, and you know, the price of batteries skyrocket, bro. I remember 8-9 years ago, you was able to find a decent battery for like $115, $120. Now, a battery for a car is damn near $200, depending on what year it is, man. All right, so things are definitely going up, and things are definitely getting ready to hit the fan, as we're seeing a group of these Jake women, mainly Jake women, complaining because, see, you women have been set up on this feminism kick and this pride kick that I don't need a man. Now you're the ones that's languishing, man, haughty, from being haughty. Because one thing about men, we can thug it out, you know, we can figure it out as we go, you know. Shit, a man, we can sleep on a rock and then still have our faculties about us, man, versus you women. Hell, y'all, you fucking women, you just fall, you fold under pressure. The minute things get hard, you women, you fold, I mean, quick. All right, let a light bill be past due and a credit card bill, and let you be behind on something that you can't get your Sunday dress. Y'all ready to lose it, man. Hell, let alone, you know, dealing without the necessities that you don't need. Yeah, I remember one winter years ago, one winter, I had to fucking take cold showers, man, because I ain't had no heat in the goddamn house. Now, nobody knew about it, but, you know, Jake had to thug that shit out for like the entire winter, man. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't complain about it. I just did what I had to do and did what I had to do to get back on point, and that was that. But you women, you can't take no goddamn cold showers in the dead of winter. And then you get out of the shower, it's cold as hell, and then, you know, you get some type of warmth because, of course, you know, the atmospheric air is a lot warmer than a cold shower. But after a while, you put them clothes on, and then, you know, you through. You know, got to put plastic up on the windows and shit because the drafts are coming through. You women don't know what it's like. And it ain't even the women. In general, it's just you Americans, man. Okay, you were spoiled. And this is why the scriptures say, they that be at rest. This is the land of rest. All right. So I'm play a couple of minutes of this video as I'm on the road right now, heading to a destination. So I'm going to play some minutes of this video and get a couple of precepts, and the rest will be history. But yeah, brothers, prophecy is screaming, and this is just going to get worse before it gets any better. So expect price increases, expect more people to crash out, you know, expect people to lose their freaking minds, man, because they're just through. All right.
How much money do y'all have after you get paid and pay all of your bills?
If you're like me and you work multiple jobs and you still can't make ends meet, it's not your fault.
As soon as I start paying bills want to get to the highest point that they have ever been in history.
I don't know, the economy is so bad. Do y'all understand that most people go into a pay period in the negative, like with no money?
Truly amazes me that the economy had to go bad as soon as I became.
Because you people, you don't know how to manage money, okay? You people, you spend your goods riotously. You don't manage money. Every time you see something, you buy it, okay? Instead of letting your paycheck stack up and building your income up, and collecting interest on it. You know, like a lot of you people don't know about escrow accounts. You don't know about trusts. Okay, you don't know about money market. You don't know nothing about that stuff. So therefore, you get your paycheck and you spend it all. And then a lot of this shit come from too, even though the system is collapsing. Clearly, we're all between a rock and a hard place. But a lot of you people, you live beyond your means. Okay, here you got a single family or a single woman or a man or whatever. You know, I won't even say men. Women tend to live beyond their means. All right, here you can have it could just be you, and instead of you getting a studio apartment or a 1-bedroom for a couple of $100 a month, this motherfucker wants to get a whole goddamn house, 5-bedroom house, and yet it's only you that's living in the motherfucker. No kids, no man. All right, you have several men that's in and out throughout the week, but you don't have an actual man you can call to be in a relationship with. And then you live in this goddamn house or a condo trying to keep up with the Jonesies and be high and mighty. And before you know it, your paychecks don't go that far because you living beyond your means. Okay? Scriptures go into having enough that's sufficient for the day. And you people, you don't have you just never satisfied. This is why I don't feel bad for you people, man. All right? Because you've done it to yourselves. For one thing, putting your faith in this wicked ass system. You know?
Adult.
Every year I can see an increase in the cost of living, but I see no increase in pay.
1 in 3 Americans now say their finances have gotten worse this year.
At this point, we have to laugh to keep from crying.
Is anyone else noticing their grocery bill going up a lot?
My electric bill is $314.89. That's crazy.
These energy bills are no joke, bro.
Why are US bills so unpredictable? I don't get it.
Okay, no, because we're going to talk about it. Because why are bills so expensive right now?
I am one grocery run away from selling my kidney.
Like, if the bills keep rising the way that they do, how are we gonna live?
So fucking mad, so turn this down if you're gonna watch it, because I'm just gonna go off. I am so fucking mad. I'm so tired of working.
Kids, you...
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is there any meat in that bag?
No.
Could you open it for me? It's not. It's because we're not supposed to let bags back there. So my manager was watching on it, whatever, and they think there's some meat in there, and I just want to.
No, I think it's because you seen me pick it up and then you didn't see it in my buggy, but you can watch on the camera that I picked it
But
up.
no. Can you open the bag?
No.
Well, you're not supposed to have bags in there, and I can ask you to open it. You can't just flash it open. I'm trying to be respectful. I'm not making a scene. It's just me and you right here.
Yeah, I understand that, but I seen you back
there's meat
there.
in there. If you're telling me no, that's because there's meat in there. There's no reason to say no. If there's no meat in there, I'm a security guard. It's my job. People comply with me all day.
Okay.
Listen, I came to you correctly. I just said, can you put it below? And then that was the end of it. My manager told me to ask you to make sure there's no meat in there, man. I'm not trying to make a scene or nothing. They probably seen you on the camera. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not accusing you
You
of
were
nothing.
standing back there.
I know. I was walking, man. I'm walking. I wasn't watching you particularly. I was just walking. They said, hey, there's a bag in the cart on aisle, whatever. I went and I asked you to below it, and I came right here. And you said, yeah, we're all cool. And I came right here. And they said, hey, check the bag. They told me to check the bag. That's what I have to do. I'm so sorry.
If I just give you meat, can I leave?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do. Look, it's okay. I'm not gonna take you to jail or nothing like that. It's just. Thank you. Is there? Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Ma'am. I know, ma'am. But you told me there's nothing in the beginning.
There's nothing else.
Can you move your? All right, ma'am. Can you move your? Can you move? Oh, there's some chew. I see it, ma'am.
What?
There's the beans, the can of beans.
This is not. That's my
Ma'am,
tomatoes.
it's Kroger tomatoes, man. There's more meat. Okay, now you're lying to me, and no. I'm gonna get.
A few days ago, I did a post about what I'm doing to try to reduce the costs in my home, and I asked people what they were doing, partly because I thought it would help us share ideas with one another. But the amount of comments on that post where people are saying, I feed my children and I don't eat, or I eat every third day, or I'm eating one meal a day, or the bare minimum food. is a pretty common trend in that post. While we've been watching the situation going on in Gaza, it's happening closer to home too. There are many people here who are literally that food insecure. And I know the whole platform was, oh, there's so much abuse and SNAP and this and that. There are actually people not eating for days here. And I don't think that's getting enough attention. You know, most of us can't see outside of our own situation. We don't understand what it's like to be in that situation. You know, it's a bother to us to be proposed with people that are homeless. It's a bother to us to hear people complain that I'm hungry. But that post was pretty eye-opening to me. I mean, I know there's days when I don't eat a lot, but it's because I want to make things last. It's not because I don't have enough to get to the end of the month. The amount of people on that post that didn't have enough to get to the end of the month, or the ability to grow a garden, or the ability to have access to food, is pretty staggering. There's a lot of people saying, I feed my children and I don't feed myself. I've gotten to the point where I have to eat one meal a day only, or I have to go every other day. This is supposed to be a free, wonderful country, and there's people starving here. I don't care what their circumstance is. In a country this size, with as much money as this country has, people shouldn't be starving.
Here we are again, guys. All this stuff. Fresh veggies, fruit, pizza, eggs, drinks, chicken, snacks, canned goods, pull-ups even, fruit, salads, milk, eggs, juice, freaking pie. So much good stuff. Central Kitsap Food Bank. Come visit them. They're so nice. Like, don't be ashamed to come feed your family.
There are people that are starting to notice that they're getting less food for the amount that they're willing to pay at the grocery store. Then you have people that already know that they can't afford what they used to be able to afford, and they're cutting back a lot. Then you have people that can't afford much at all and are going to food banks. This is a huge problem, and everyone is starting to feel the squeeze if they're not already. And we're at that point where it's like the frog in the pot that's boiling, that everybody's really realizing, hey, we're in trouble here.
It can't be just me who thinks they need to go get a second, third, or fourth job to just be able to afford groceries. I have to buy groceries every 2 weeks. No matter how much I try to cut back, it's still $500-600, and I'm drowning. It is so stressful. My kids have to eat, my bills have to be paid. Man, I just wish something would give.
Everything is so expensive right now, and I don't understand how people aren't talking about it. We don't make enough money. Collectively, we do not make enough money. The price of things are not keeping up with how much we're getting paid. And it's infuriating to me for people to say that people just need to work harder.
Yeah, so people are in a horrible spirit right now, man. Everybody is a money grab. Like I took my vehicle to the shop, and he did a smoke test on it. I'm like, bro, a smoke test charges up to 2 hours, and of course he lied and say, I gave a deal, this and that. Motherfucker, no, you didn't, motherfucker. You just didn't do it properly. and it was just a money grab. People like, well, your fuel trim and everything is cool. And this is what I'm saying. In this world, somebody's always trying to get over on you. And when the minute you jump out of your character, then everybody looks at you like you being the aggressor, you know? So it's just a fucking money grab, and everybody is hurting. Everybody's getting taken advantage of, and then, you know, everybody just on demon time, all right? And this is why things is just falling all around us, all right? But anyway, Salaki, I had to go take care of some business, so I'll let the video play a little bit, but we get into the precepts. This is the book of Proverbs 29, and I'm gonna start at verses 2. It says here, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, right? And you have a wicked that's in power right now, and the wicked is Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man. He's in power right now, you see. So when the brother put these videos together, it shows the mourning of the people, because prime example, you got knucklehead Julie right here. She's crying, I'm working, I don't have enough money. Like, bitch, who made you entitled, you know? Like, you Americans, you ain't no better than nobody else in this fucking world, man. In fact, you're probably the worst breed of people, because you're totally debased. You have no real education. Okay, the school systems is designed to fail. The police stations are not designed to protect you. Okay, the banks, they don't lend out money. It's all a goddamn Ponzi scheme, man. You know, you go to work for pennies on a dollar, and then, you know, they play this psychological mind game with people to make people think that they're actually being productive when they, in fact, enslaving you, man. You know, that's why this world is so goddamn wicked, and this is why the Lord is going to destroy it, man. All right? But it says here, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right? The wicked mourn. So, like I said, the wicked is in power right now. That's why everybody is on edge, and this is why we're getting ready to see an uptick in violence. All right? An uptick in violence. People are going to start invading one another. People are more short with one another. They're impatient. Scriptures goes into how the love of many shall wax cold. Going to that word cold, it goes into psycho. And you know the definition of somebody under psychosis or psycho. All right? The mind's all jumbled up, man. They can't function properly. Isaiah 24:4 says, the earth mourneth and faded away, and all the world language have faded away, and the haughty people of the earth do languish. Now, when you go into the word languish, right? It goes into amal, which means weak, droop, languish, okay, to be exhausted. They have something which is called work fatigue. You know, I notice at work too as well, they have these mental health breaks like every so often for like a couple hours, when everybody go down to the lower level and have like snacks and all that stuff and music, and they got like these coloring pads, because Esau know, man. You know people about ready to crash out, man. You know what I'm saying? People is getting ready to go to the spirit world in record numbers, man, because of the injustice. All right? And it reads, and it says, and the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws and changed the ordinance and broken the everlasting covenant. And this is why the Most High is telling you about what's happening is happening. All right? Because for the simple fact, this world is out of order, okay? The law, statutes, and commandments are not being followed. Okay, this world is not lived up to the standard of the Most High and His Son. Okay, and it's totally encapsulated or captured the children of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites, man. You see what I'm saying? And Esau, he don't give a shit. Like we've been telling you, Jakes, Esau don't give a shit about you, man. Okay, when he see you, you're nothing more but capital gain for him. You know? And it says, the new wine mourneth in the vine language, all the merry-hearted do sigh. Yeah, all the merry-hearted, because now, you know, these people that was once merry-hearted and in a spirit of mirth, they're not in that spirit anymore, man. Okay, the spirit of mirth is ceasing from the earth, or from Babylon. Notice around the holiday times, ain't nobody in that jolly spirit. Hell, I can't even remember the last time we got an actual snow on Christmas. You see? So people, they're totally lost it. They're in a languishing spirit. And it says here, the mirth of the tabret ceased. The clubs, the noise of them that rejoice ended. The joys of the harp ceased. And it reads, they should not drink wine with a song, and strong drink should be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah, this shit is poison. Okay, the alcohol, it has no regulations on it. Half the shit you drinking, you don't even know what you're drinking, man. Here you think you're drinking tequila and Casamigos, and you're drinking fucking firewater, man. with a hinge of lime in it, you know, and wonder why you feel like shit when you done drinking, because it ain't the same. Hell, I remember back in that, well, not even back in the day, well, back in the day when you used to drink, you used to actually feel good. You'd be merry, you know, you'd be like, okay, I can deal. You vibe, there's music. But now you go to a club, or not a club, or a lounge, and the bottle can say a particular whiskey, and it could be a high grade whiskey, but inside that bottle they're giving you fucking Seagram 7 or some shit, man. Okay, which is bottom of the barrel, where they giving you bumpy face. When you think you getting Hendrix gin, you getting bumpy face, but you don't know the difference because the bottle says Hendrix. Because what they do, they go back and they reseal the bottle, so therefore they're closing in on a profit by feeding you bottom of the barrel liquor, when in fact you're not paying for what you get, man. You know, so here you buy a fucking $500 bottle at a damn nightclub thinking you getting some high dollar stuff, and yet you're getting a $13 bottle of bumpy face that you can find in your local bodega, man. Spoiled rotten. All right, and this is the world we live in. A couple more precepts and I end it. We're gonna go to 2nd Ezra 6th chapter, because of food insecurities, famines, and all that other shit. It's just what it is. All right, 2nd Ezra 6, and I'm gonna start at verses 22. It says, "And suddenly should the sown places appear unsown, and full storehouses should be found suddenly empty." It's gonna come a time that these grocery stores are gonna be empty, man. All right, it's gonna come a time that your jobs are not gonna be there. You know, like the corporations, they're talking about AI replacing fucking 90% of corporate jobs by 2027. Okay, that's literally less than 2 years from now. All right, that's like a year and some change. Wait, September, October, November, December. That's a year and 4 months away, man. You know? Oh, we're not gonna lay you guys off. Bullshit. These jobs are good for laying off, man. All right, they promise you, they give you a promissory notice, and then before you know it, you getting a call in the office a week later talking about, well, you know, you got to accept the buyout, or, you know, X blase blase. That's the time we living in. Ain't nothing certain, okay? And it reads, and it says, "And the trumpet should give a sound, and with which man every hear it, he should suddenly be afraid." Suddenly. All right, now what you're seeing in the videos is people literally, they're losing it because they don't know. Like my homegirl, you know, she told me yesterday, she was like, "Man, I'm just worried about the cost of living." I'm like, as long as you've been around me and you worried about that, I'm like, come on, man, where's your faith? But, you know, women, they don't have faith like that, especially when they're not in the truth. You know, she's a very good woman, you know, probably one of the, you know, best women I've ever talked to, you know, which I'm not saying I've talked to shitty women, but I've had my deal of decent women, and I've had my share of bitches that just were demons, you know. Balance, right? But, you know, she's a fairly upright chick, and she's worried about it, which shows you that women, they don't carry the mantle, man. They don't have that type of faith we have. And I'm like, look, if you continue to be upright, I'm like, the Most High got you, you know. But Jake don't have hope no more, man. Okay, they hope dies out with Babylon. And it says, "And at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear, but those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they should not run." All right, your systems are gonna totally shut down. You know, and this is what basically these people are saying in the videos. They have no hope anymore. All right, it says here, "And who whatsoever remain from all these that I have told thee should escape and see my salvation at the end of your world." And that's the elect. Okay, "And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants should be changed and turned into another meaning." It says, "For evil should be put out, deceit should be quenched, and as for faith, it should flourish. Corruption should be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit should be declared." Okay, and we're coming into the time now that the scriptures say that the earth will be filled with the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai as the sea. So we got that to look forward to, brothers, man. But in the meantime, hey, these people, they're getting ready to lose their freaking minds, all right? So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. The Lord's will, you will edify. Until the next lesson, Shalom.
People need to get different specialized degrees. People need to start their own businesses. That's not the answer. The answer is that billionaires are hoarding wealth. And this system is set up to fail. And I'm just infuriated by it. I can't get ahead. Every month I try to get ahead and I can't get ahead. And I don't know how to cope with that. I don't know how to cope with that. Everything is so expensive, especially the last like 6 months. I can barely get by. So I don't know how I'm supposed to retain hope. Am I supposed to get a doctorate so that I can afford a studio apartment? Like, is that where we're getting to at this point? Like, I don't know what the answer is to this, but it's so bad. And I just wanted to get on here and tell you, if you are experiencing the same thing, you're so not alone. Everything is so expensive and it's infuriating to me.
Having one of those days and moments where I'm just like, the more and more I tune in to me and what the fuck am I here for, it's almost like lonely. And I say that because I'm so tired of not having money. I'm tired of, it's not even not working. I'm just tired of not having money because you can't do shit without money. It costs to live. The cost of living. I can't even afford to die right now. Do you see how ridiculous that is? When everything we need is infinite in this world. But they have us stuck in this loop, like, I need this, and my middle child, he's always asking for something new. You know, you see all these ads and these commercials. He's constantly just wanting something new. And it fucks me up because it's like, I get it. I don't want to continue to say, no, I don't have it. No, I don't have it. Or another day, or not right now. But I flipped on it because it's like, it's a constant reminder of how much I don't have it. You want to give your kids everything. And this is not about spoiling your kids to death. No. It's just a realization how everything is in our face to buy more and do more and be more and be more. How about this life is about being less of what you're not? Do this and do more and do more. It's actually less. Do less. Stop trying to be all these things. Be less. Be less of what you're not and more of who you actually are.